Welcome back, folks. So this tutorial is on a logo, how to create a logo using shapes. It was a special request, and I'm trying to recreate a similar type logo, as I said, just using shapes. So I've got guides set up on my workspace, and I want to create letters that are that will fill up this and this area. And so the letters that I'm going to create are going to be M, P, and S. So I'm going to start off by going to Elements, and I'm going to place a shape on my workspace with rounded corners. It's just a square with rounded corners. If you can't find it, just press R. And then just come into Edit, and you can just select the one with the rounded corners. So I've got this here, and the first letter that I have to create is an M. So I'm just going to reduce that a little bit. And I'm going to just make that smaller like that. And so I'll put the two ends there. I'll grab another one. I'll bring it over here. And I'm actually going to rotate this a little bit because I want it to match up with that corner there. And before we go further, I'm just going to lock my guide. So I'm going to come into File, Settings, and I'm just going to say Lock Guides so that I don't accidentally move them. So now I don't have to worry about moving them. But let me just grab that and bring that down a little bit, like that. Now I've got two more letters to create. I've got a P and an S, but I'm not going to use shapes. For those two letters, I'm now going to use a line. So just press L, and that will place a line on your workspace. I'm going to place this line right up here, and I'm going to make this line a little bit thicker. So I'll come into my line weight, and I'll just make that a lot larger. Just trying to make it kind of the same width as my letter. So that seems about right. So I'm going to go back up here into the line type, and I'm actually going to choose the elbow option. Now, when we select the elbow option, we're going to notice that there's going to be this little dash in here. Now, the best advice I can give you when working with lines that have the elbowed style on them is to just extend the line as long as you can, and then play around with how you want to curve the line. So if you want to move it back and forth, if you want to make this longer, if you want to create another curve, just go back and then go down, and just keep curving it the way you need to. Now I'm going to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to bring this down like this. And now I'm going to grab this handle right here, and I'm just going to curve it over here, and I'm going to end it right here. Now we can move the points of these just simply by grabbing these little dashes and moving them up or down as you need to. So I'm going to move that up just a little bit, and I'm also going to move this over to be right in the center right there. I'm going to grab this, and I'll bring it over here Now don't worry if it's not perfect, because once you've kind of, extending it, you can always go back and change where it's lined up. So even though it's outside of my boundaries, I'm going to get that fixed. So I'm going to bring this over and keep bringing that over till it's there. And I'm going to grab this one and just bring it over like that. Now I'm going to shade this a different color just so that I can tell the difference between all the letters. So I'm going to shade this one purple. And now I'm going to actually add another line. So I'll press L. Here's that line. And I'm going to shade that a different color. So again, so I can distinguish between all of the different shapes that I am using. And for this one, I'm going to, let me just check the line weight. It's 46. So I'm going to make this one 46 as well. There we go. And for this one, I'm actually going to start off with it being this way. And I'm going to go back into the line style. And again, I'm going to choose the elbow. And I'm going to bring this down for now. And I'll just bring this down like that. And I'll extend this like this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a circle. And I'm going to make that a little bit smaller like that. I'm going to grab the circle and I'm going to put it in behind here. I'm going to make this circle white so that I can break up that purple and that green. And I'm going to position it in the back. And I'll grab another one. And for this one, I'm going to position it down in the bottom just to give a break between the purple and the green shape. And again, I'm going to send that to the back, behind the green line, but in front of the purple line. Now I'm going to bring this purple line to the front. And I'm actually going to bring the white circles in front of the green line, like that. Now for this green square, I'm going to grab another rectangle. So I'm going to grab another rectangle here. And I want to make that square on the edge there. So I'm just going to make that green so that it looks a little bit more like a P. I'll add one more box. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller like this. I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to bring this right up here. And I'll make that box white. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of my background. So I'm going to change it to black. Now, of course, I've got this white part here and these little white circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change those white elements to black. And I'm also going to start changing the colors of my letters. So I'm going to change that pink M to an orange. And I'm going to change the purple to a blue. And I'll change this green one to an orange as well. Now, if you didn't want to use a gradient, you could just use a solid color as well. That works too, but I'm just going to use a gradient. If you want the gradients going the other way, you can also do that as well. Just select the color chooser, go into the customizer, and you can set the direction of the gradient to your preference. So all right, so I did just want to make those ends square because nowhere else is there really any rounded edges in this. All right, we're almost at the finish line, and before we go, I did go ahead and remove the guides from this page, and I'm going to add an element to this page. Here's the element. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the option to select gradients, so I'll just use regular colors. Now, before we download this, I'm going to change the background to white. And of course, I now need to change those rectangles that we used to design this logo to white as well. So let's go ahead and download this page. I'm only downloading. And I'm going to bring in that logo, place it on my workspace. And as soon as it finishes uploading, I'm going to remove the background. And so here is our finished logo. Just going to make this a little bit larger so that we can take a closer look at it. Here it is. And now we can place it on a colored background. We can place it on a t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow. So I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to go into Shadow, and I'm going to add a drop shadow. Now we have a couple of options here. So I'm going to decrease the distance, but I'll increase the intensity like that. And I think I'm going to leave everything else the way it is. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bell on. And if you didn't like the tutorial, that's okay. You can give me a thumbs down too. Any kind of engagement is good engagement. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me, and bye-bye for now. Until next time.